Hey everybody, Mr. Onos here. Well, at the time of filming this, the Oscars are about a week away, so it's good to ask. What do I think of them? Now I originally almost made a video right when the Oscar nominees were actually announced, reacting to those nominees. Although I never really did it. But I thought I would take this time now to actually talk about them. Basically, going over who I think will win in each category, who I want to win in each category, and who I think should have been nominated. Now, I'm not going to go over every single category, though, although I will put up a list somewhere later on. Maybe like right after this video. Just just going over all my picks for each category. So I'm gonna skip over most of the technical stuff and going over just all the stuff I mostly care about. So none of the shorts aren't on there. None of the editing or the sound. None of that. Okay, so first up we have cinematography. Our five nominees are Alfonso Cuarón for Roma, and I don't remember the names of the other nominees, but there's also Never Look Away, A Star Is Born, Cold War, and I believe also The Favorite. Now, here's who I want to win in that. Alfonso Cuarón, and because Roma's a beautiful looking movie, it really is. I mean, just look at some of the shots in that movie. It's a gorgeous movie to look at, even in black and white. And honestly, that kind of enhances some of the visuals anyway. And for the record, I think that will win in that category. I mean, it's kind of a no-duh category for that movie, I think. Now, who do I think should have been nominated? Well, you're going to be surprised when I say this. Crazy Rich Asians. No, seriously, that should have been nominated. Have you seen how Singapore looks in that movie? They make it look amazing. In fact, I'll tell you this right now. I don't know this for sure. I haven't looked anything up, but I promise you, after that movie came out, there were a lot more tickets booked to Singapore. Bet on that. All right, so our next category has to do with the original score for the film. We have Black Panther, BlacKkKlansman, Mary Poppins Returns, If Beale Street Could Talk, and Isle of Dogs. And honestly, who I want to win in this, I think it'll be Marc Shaiman for Mary Poppins Returns. I mean, it's a musical. Obviously, that kind of helps it win. I mean, musicals have an original score, and those original scores usually win, I would say. And I think it will win too, because it's just a great score in the movie. Now, who I think should have been nominated? First Man, I think, should have been nominated for that. I don't remember the guy who composed the music, but he did a fantastic job. I especially point to the scene where Neil actually gets on the moon and he's contemplating what he's looking at. The score there is just so good. I actually pointed this out on my review on Letterboxd if you want to look that up. It's kind of a shame it just got ignored though. Heck, First Man got a lot of snubs this year if you've seen the list. It's kind of a shame, honestly. Our next category is for original song, and our nominees are All the Stars from Black Panther, I'll Fight from, I think, the Ruth Bader Ginsburg documentary, RBG. Then there's When a Cowboy Trades his Spurs for Wings from The Ballad of Buster Scruggs. I'm kind of surprised that got nominated. Next, we have, Shallow from A Star Is Born. And then finally, we have A Place Where Lost Things Go from Mary Poppins. Now, who do I think is going to win for this one? Shallow. everybody's cheering that song's name because it's such a good song, and I do want it to win too. Now, who I think should have been nominated? Well, I think pretty much any other song from Mary Poppins other than that one. In fact, on the shortlist, the only other song from that movie nominated was Triple Little Like Fantastic, which it and the one that actually got nominated are probably the two weakest songs in the movie anyway. If you ask me, I think if you're gonna pick a song from Mary Poppins, from the new Mary Poppins, I think it should have either been the Royal Dalton Music Hall song, or two, Can You Imagine That? Even failing those two, how about a cover is not a book? Any of those other songs would have been better than anything that was on the short list, especially the nominee. I don't even remember this song at all. I can at least remember Triple Little Life Fantastic. I don't remember where this song is or even what it is in the movie. I couldn't tell you. Oh well. Okay, next up we have Best Animated Movie, and our nominees are Incredibles 2, Isle of Dogs, Ralph Breaks the Internet, Mirai, and Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Now, let's get out of the way who I think I want to win. Well, honestly, it's a toss-up between Isle of Dogs and Spider-Man, honestly. Although, if you really made me choose, I would pick Isle of Dogs, honestly. I'm sorry. I don't know, I just got slightly more emotion. I just got more emotionally invested in Isle of Dogs, okay? I'm sorry. Although Into the Spider-Verse is a fantastic movie, to be sure. Both it and Isle of Dogs. Now, who do I think will win? Well, gee. Everybody's like, oh, Spider-Man's going to take it. Let me stop you there. You want to know who I think is going to win? Incredibles 2. Why? Because it's Disney. And the Academy loves Disney. They don't care. How many Best Picture winners do you know of that aren't Disney? I can only name a couple. You have the very first Best Animated Picture winner, which was Shrek. Then Spirited Away. Then Wallace and Gromit. Then I think it's Rango. Then Happy Feet. And I think those might be the only ones. Now, how many years have we had the best anime picture category? Almost 2 decades now. We're coming up on that. So about a quarter of the best anime picture winners have just not Disney, basically. All the other ones have either been Disney themselves or Pixar. Of course, Pixar's a part of Disney now, but they weren't always. So either Disney or Pixar. This will just continue that streak. In fact, Rango was actually the last Disney movie. Was actually the last best animated picture movie to not be a Disney movie. To not have anything to do with Disney. That's the last one. So yeah, it's gonna go to Incredibles 2. The Academy loves them some Disney, and nothing's gonna sway them from this. Sorry to disappoint you all. Yeah. Sorry to disappoint all of you, but that's what's gonna happen. Oh, and as for who I think should have been nominated on there, you're gonna hate me when I say this. Illumination's The Grinch. Yeah, I think an Illumination movie should have been nominated on there. I know. You feel free to give me hate after you finish watching this video, but I think that movie captured the spirit of the story better than the Jim Carrey movie. Granted, they screwed up the character of the Grinch himself, but they got everything else right, I think. Those are my brief thoughts on it. I have a full review on Letterboxd if you want to read that. Alright, for Best Documentary, we have Free Solo, Hale County this evening, Fathers and Sons, Minding the Gap, and RBG. I mentioned earlier the Ruth Bader Ginsburg documentary. Who do I want to win out of these? Honestly, I haven't even seen any of these nominees. I almost watched Minding the Gap. In fact, I meant to do that, but I just haven't gotten around to doing it. And at this point, I may not watch it. So I don't have any strong feelings about these nominees because, again, I haven't seen any of them. And aside from RBG and my Minding the Gap, I can't even watch any of these anyway. So, there you go. Now, who do I think will win? RBG. Mainly because it's a very heavily political documentary, as far as I can tell. And, all the stuff surrounding Brett Kavanaugh. So, he's now a Supreme Court Justice. This movie's about a Supreme Court Justice. That's going to be definitely on the mind of the Oscar voters. And I think that will heavily influence their vote on this category. And I think they're going to go for RBG just based on that. So there's that. Now, who do I think should have been nominated? Hello, Won't You Be My Neighbor? I remember watching these nominations live the morning they were announced. And I did not see that on there. And I'm like, hey, Academy, where in God's name is Won't You Be My Neighbor, huh? Why'd you nominate that? What happened to that, huh? You want to tell me what happened to that? I am still mad about that. I'm still really mad about that. So we're gonna move on from this, okay? We're gonna go on to the next category before I start ranting. Alright, so our next category is gonna be Best Foreign Language Movie. Our nominees are Capernaum, Never Look Away, Roma, Shoplifters, and Cold War. Now, who I think will win, Roma, obviously. It's nominated for Best Picture and for a bunch of other Oscars. It's obviously going to win. If your foreign language movie is nominated for Best Picture, you're guaranteed the foreign language picture Oscar anyway. They should just give that to you before the ceremony anyway. Now, who do I want to win? Well, I've only ever seen Roma on these, and it's a great movie. So hey, I hope that wins too. Who I think should have been nominated? I don't know. Roma's the only one I've seen. Although I go by Metacritic's comments right here, and they think that Burning was snubbed hard. Sure, we'll go with Burning. Why not? Not that I've even seen that. Okay, so we move on to the acting categories, and we start with our supporting actors. And our nominees are Mahershala Ali for Green Book, Adam Driver for BlacKkKlansman, Sam Rockwell for Vice, Richard E. Grant for Can You Ever Forgive Me, and Sam Elliott in A Star Is Born. Now, as for who I think is going to win this, Mahershala Ali, honestly. He's kind of been doing pretty well for himself as far as like the late term award shows. Well, with his Screen Actor Guild's Award win and his win at the Golden Globes, I think he's gonna get it. But he has strong competition from Richard E. Grant. No doubt. Now, who do I want to win? Well, my pick is the same, Mahershala Ali. Now, granted, Green Book is not that great of a movie, I will admit. It has some very obvious problems. Problems that people smarter than me have been able to point out much better than me. But even they admit that he is the best part of the movie. And I have to agree with them. I also have a review of Green Book if you want to read that too. I forget how much I expounded on his performance. But suffice it to say, we needed more of him in the movie. Now, who I think should have been nominated? Well, honestly, I couldn't really tell you. Metacritic's comments mentioned that Michael B. Jordan was snubbed from Black Panther. I can kind of agree with that, honestly. But I don't know. Honestly, if you made me pick, I guess I would pick him. He's actually one of the only good Marvel villains for sure. Okay, so we move on to Best Supporting Actress, and our nominees are Amy Adams for Vice, Marina de Tavira for Roma, Emma Stone and Rachel Weisz for The Favorite, and Regina King for If Beale Street Could Talk. Now, who do I think is going to win this? Well, it's going to be Regina King for sure. She's been getting so much praise for this movie, so much praise for her performance. She won the Golden Globes. She did not win the Screen Actors Guild Awards, though. That went to Emily Blunt for A Quiet Place. Of course, she's not nominated for that. So I think it'll go to Regina King, and of course, it really does help that she's been dominating this category all throughout award season. Now, who do I want to win for this? Honestly, it's a toss-up for me between Emma Stone and Rachel Weisz, honestly. Although, if you did force me to pick one out of the two, I actually would say Emma Stone. I just love her conniving, scheming personality. How she uses her wits to get Rachel Weisz's character out of Queen Victoria's good graces. Now she finally, just finally, well, I can't say anything else without spoiling the movie. But you should watch it at some point when it comes out. But suffice to say, I will be rooting for Emma Stone and Rachel Weisz, but more for Emma Stone. Now, who I think should have been nominated? Well, I think Claire Foy from First Man should have been nominated. Honestly, her performance was easily the best in the movie, where she plays Neil Armstrong's wife. I mean, she's honestly, I'm kind of sad that she did not get nominated. Honestly, I would have preferred her over Amy Adams for sure. I think. Oh well, that happens. Alright, so now we move on to Best Lead Actor, and our nominations are Christian Bale for Vice, Bradley Cooper for At Stars Born, Viggo Mortensen for Green Book, Willem Dafoe for An Eternity's Gate, and Rami Malek for Bohemian Rhapsody. Now, I really, really, really hope Rami Malek wins. I really hope he does. His is easily the best, one of the best performances of the entire year, for sure. Honestly, Bohemian Rhapsody was not a very good movie. It was okay, but it wasn't very good. But Rami Malek saved it entirely. He gets out everything about Freddie Mercury's mannerisms, the way he moves, the way he speaks, the way he sings, the way he moves around on the stage. All of it. He nailed all of it, I feel. And he more than deserves the Oscar. Now, who do I think will win? Well, it might actually be Rami Malek, I think. He won the Golden Globes, and he won the Screen Actors Guild Award for his performance. But I think Christian Bale may equally have a shot because of the very political, he plays, Dick Cheney as a very sort of Machiavellian in a way, especially with the final monologue at the end. Although that's not most of the movie, unfortunately. I wish the movie was more like that, but that you can read my review on Letterboxd for that. Now, who I think should have been nominated? Well, how about Ethan Hawke for First Reformed? For sure. He got snubbed so hard. He'd been dominating all throughout the year in this category. Although he didn't get nominated at the Golden Globes, he didn't get nominated at the Screen Actors Guild Awards, so that definitely hurt his chances there. But I guess it made sense because honestly, First Reformed had kind of started to lose some momentum towards the end of the award season. But even so, I don't care. He should have been nominated in the first place. You need to go see First Reformed. You'll see why he should have been nominated. Okay, go see that movie. All right, and our nominees for Best Lead Actress are Yalitza Aparicio for Roma, Glenn Close for The Wife, Melissa McCarthy for Can You Ever Forgive Me, Olivia Colman for The Favorite, and Lady Gaga for A Star Is Born. Now, who I think will win? Well, I originally would have said Olivia Colman for the favorite because she had been so consistently recognized throughout the year, even at the Golden Globes. But I may actually go for Glenn Close because not only did she win the Golden Globes, she also won the Screen Actors Guild Awards. And that does, and I've said before, but I'll say it again, that is a good predictor on who will actually win at the Oscars. So I think she may have it. But, I don't know, I think she and Olivia Colman may be tied for who could get it. But I may lean towards more Glenn Close. Now, who do I want to win? Either Yalitza Aparicio or Lady Gaga. For Yalitza Aparicio, the whole movie's carried by her performance, dude. It really is. Just go watch it. It's on Netflix. It's a Netflix movie. Go watch it, and you'll see why. As for Lady Gaga, well, I've said this for years, not on this channel, but I have said it for years. Whatever you think about her music, she's an amazing singer. Like take out all the pop filters. She's an amazing singer. I mean, I've seen her sing at the Oscars. I've seen her sing at the Grammys. She is amazing when she's unfiltered, and she is unfiltered in this movie for the most part. And even outside the singing, she's just a really good actress too. I originally saw her first act in the 5th season of American Horror Story. I didn't like her in that, and I still cannot believe she got a Golden Globe for that. But this movie proves that she can be an amazing actress when you give her the right material, and they gave her great, amazing material in this. So I hope either her or Yalitza Aparicio will have the win. Now, who I think should have been nominated? How about Elsie Fisher for 8th Grade? I'll spoil this now. No, I know. I'll save that for the best of list. But I will say this: hers was an amazing performance. See, she nails exactly what she was supposed to nail in the movie, and I'll go into detail on that in the best of list. So keep an eye on that. And failing her, Toni Collette for Hereditary. Of course, I know exactly why that didn't get why she did not get nominated for that. It's a horror movie, and the Academy doesn't really like horror movies that much. Now, moving on to adapted screenplay, our nominees are The Ballad of Buster Scruggs, BlacKkKlansman, A Star Is Born, Can You Ever Forgive Me, and If Beale Street Could Talk. Now, A Star Is Born and The Ballad of Buster Scruggs, not going to win. They just aren't. Let's just get out of the way. Taking those two out, honestly, it's anybody's game here. I don't know who is going to win this. But if you made me pick a winner here, honestly, I would say BlacKkKlansman, because that's just a very racially charged movie. Granted, it explores, years ago, like it explores a time period from like a few decades ago, but what it has to say resonates even now, especially with the last 2 minutes of the movie, showing stock footage of the Unite the Right rally in Charleston, or was it Charlottesville? Either way, it's timely. And honestly, it's about time Spike Lee won an Oscar for something, I think. Now, who I think should have been nominated for this, well, I don't know, because I can't quite remember that many adapted screenplays from this year. Well, I look at Metacritic points out that First Man kind of got snubbed. Yeah, I'd go with that. Honestly, I just loved its unique approach to Neil Armstrong's story. doesn't really portray him as this man who will go on to become an American icon, an American hero. And this portrays him as some dude who's doing a job, and I like that better, and I like how the movie did that. Now, granted, a lot of people did not like that about the movie. They wanted to be more patriotic. I say screw those people. That's not what this movie's about. Now, who I want to win? Well, I said a Star is Born is not going to win, but I want it to win anyway because I don't care. I just love that movie too much. Okay, so our next category is for original screenplay. Our nominees are for Roma, First Reformed, Vice, Green Book, and The Favorite. Now, who I think is going to win this? It's going to be for Green Book. Honestly, I mean, I hate to be saying that because it doesn't really deserve it, but I think it's going to take it. Mainly because the screenplay won the Golden Globes, and I think it also won at the Writers Guild Awards too, I believe. Someone could correct me on that, but because of that, I think it has a better shot at winning this award than some of the other nominees. That, and it's a story about a racist man who learns to not be racist. And in these times, the Academy's going to eat that up. Now, who I want to win, well, I hope it goes to Paul Schrader for writing First Reformed. I mean, he did a really great job with handling his themes in the movie, which I'll go into more detail on that on the best of list. But suffice to say, he deserves it the most out of all of them. Now, who I think should have been nominated? Well, how about Bo Burnham for writing Eighth Grade? I kind of expected him not to be nominated, but he really should have been. And I'll explain more on the best of lists. I've said that a lot, but you really should keep an eye out for that list. Better him than Adam McKay for writing Vice, that's for sure. Okay, we're almost at the end. Our second to last category is for Best Director, and our nominees are Alfonso Cuarón for Roma, Yorgos Lanthimos for The Favorite, Adam McKay for Vice, Paweł Pawlikowski for Cold War, and Spike Lee for BlacKkKlansman. Now, who I think is going to win this, Alfonso Cuarón. He's been dominating this category all throughout the year, and he's just going to get himself another Oscar. And you know what? I want him to win. He deserves it. Just the way he ties these stories together, the way he shoots his scenes, so good, dude. It's hard to describe. Like I said, I don't love that movie, but I love certain things about it. And Alfonso Cuarón behind the camera doing multiple things for the movie. He's a master of his craft, I think, and I hope he wins. I say that as if he isn't going to win, but I know he is. Now, who I think should have been nominated? Well, Bradley Cooper, actually. I'm surprised he didn't get nominated. Instead, in his place is the guy who directed Cold War. I mean, I really wish he would have been nominated, because, I mean, seeing that movie, I never would have expected that Bradley Cooper could be such a great director. And I honestly never would have guessed that about him, but he nails the directing part of the movie. I have to give him credit for that, and I hope to see what else he does in the future. And now, finally, Best Picture. Our nominees are Black Panther, BlacKkKlansman, A Star Is Born, Vice, Bohemian Rhapsody, Green Book, Roma, and lastly, The Favorite. Now, who I think is going to win? Well, a lot of people are saying it's Roma, but I'm actually going to say Green Book on this one. Mainly because it's a movie about racism, and it's a movie about a white guy who's racist who learns to not be racist. And in the political and social environment that we're all in now, having an easy narrative like that, an easy digestible narrative like that for people to watch. That honestly, the Academy is gonna love that kind of thing. They honestly don't want. I don't think they want anything that's too hard hitting, anything that's too that's too makes you think. Black Klansman's like that, but Green Book is not, and honestly, that makes it easier for Academy voters to like it. I think. Now, who I want to win? That's Star is Born. It's not going to win, though, but God, do I want it to win. Now, who I think should have been nominated? Eighth Grade, actually. Honestly, it deserved to be nominated. Bo Burnham should have been nominated for a screenplay, and Elsie Fisher should have been nominated for her acting. It honestly should have just been nominated in general. I honestly don't care for which category, but Best Picture would have I just wish it would have been nominated for Best Picture. Better than Bohemian Rhapsody and Vice, that's for sure. Neither of those movies deserve their nominations. Bohemian Rhapsody is okay, but it's only saved by Rami Malek, and Vice is just straight up bad in the first place. Oh well, what can you do? Well, anyways, that's it for me tonight. That's everything I think about the Oscar nominees. I will once again be live tweeting the Oscars on Oscar night, so I'll look forward to that. All right, I'll see you guys later. Take care.